My guy looks wet. He doesn't look like he wants to get out here. Jesus. Alright. So, what we'll do is we're going to go over if there is anything whatsoever. What's going on, guys? This is your boy Lawless. This is going to be doing the vendor reset this week, and we'll hit all the vendors, see if there's anything worth anything, or if there's anything worth buying at all. Alright. So, base of operations, you got profit, which, honestly, man, I get a million of these in Countdown. Like, there's no point in buying this whatsoever. Either of this, too. I probably get, you put it on SMG, I think I got 3 every round. Every 15-minute round, I got 3 of these, easily. Same with the pistols. I get those all the time. FAMAS. No, I wouldn't take it. I don't like the talent, and it's got magazine size for an attribute, so you could only re-roll one thing. So I wouldn't even waste on that at all whatsoever. Plus the assault rifle damage and all that's too low. You'd be optimizing the crap out of it and just wasting resources. Unless, again, if you need this, if you're a new player or a returning player like I am, I haven't played this game in forever. I'm just recently getting back into it. So pay attention to a bunch of different things. Pay attention to where your arrows are for your library. If you had magazine size, but it's not fully optimized there as an attribute, but you needed it in your library, buy it. You know what I mean? So pay attention to that as well. Just because I say don't buy it doesn't mean anything. If you have it full in your library, or if you just need a gun and that's the one you need for a build that you're working on, then grab it. Go ahead, by all means, grab it. But for me, I would pass. All right, so you got the 586 Magnum, Ranger, pistol damage to armor, too low. I wouldn't waste on that. Marksman rifle with unstoppable force. Again, I'd pass on this. I wouldn't waste time on that one either. Effective reload on a Sokolov. Oh no. Sticky. Alright, well, I didn't see anything there that I would be interested in whatsoever. But again, it all depends on what you're doing. If you're looking for something specific, if you need something for your library, buy it, go break it down, add it to the skills. This week's vendor reset in your clan, if you're part of a clan. So you got the Henry. Again, I wouldn't waste time buying this. I've gotten, I think I got 3 of these saved in my stash that I got from Countdown. You pick them up like crazy. March. I wish that was maxed out. My next build, after I'm done working on the one that I'm working on now, I want to do a marksman rifle damage build, and get 4-piece hot shot. So I'm on the look for one of those. But this one, you know, weapon damage is low and it's got weapon handling. You have to re-roll that off, obviously, and optimize that. There's Fury, weapon damage with armor regen. I wouldn't waste my time on it. Aces and 8s for a marksman rifle, weapon damage, weapon handling. Spas, shotgun damage to armor. I don't like the talent, and I don't like it having optimal range. So, see, like, the way I look at it, if it's not maxed out, damn near all of it, and I only have to re-roll, like, one thing, whether it be one of the talents or one of the attributes, then I don't even bother. Like, if the talent was better and that optimal range was the only thing that you had to worry about, then cool, yeah, right? Then you could just re-roll that off for something that you already have. It wouldn't be much. But you'd have to re-roll the talent, then you're stuck with optimal range. So I wouldn't buy that. I wouldn't buy that one at all. Shotgun damage to armor, fast hands. No, you'd get better shotguns than drops. Marksman rifle, split scope. Not a fan of the SVDs in this game. This isn't really that good either. With versatile, amplifies weapon damage. Carry M9. I'd pass on this too. Again, pay attention to your talents too. Like if you needed some of these for your library, make sure you're buying that. You know, again, just because I'm passing on it doesn't mean anything. I mean, I might not even have it. I'm not even sure. I gotta look through my stuff too. Headshot damage, incoming repairs, and another thing for me was skills. Dude, you pick up so many skills in this game that it's to the point where unless they're maxed out, I don't touch them. I don't pick them up. The only time I'll pick up skills like this is if I'm in countdown and I'm in a hurry and I'm just grabbing everything, and then I sort through it when I get out of there. But unless the skills are maxed, there's no point for me. Unless you need them. Like, unless you needed a headshot damage and you couldn't find one or whatever, then by all means grab it. But, like, if you have a couple, you could pick these odds up, man, like Skittles in this game. They're just a dime a dozen. So, I wouldn't pick up any of these. Even the high-end, like, skills and shit. Unless it's maxed out, I don't even bother. I break them down and get rid of them. Alright, so we'll go to the campus. We could probably hit the dark zone vendors, because I actually went into all the dark zones and unlocked them, so we could go check those out. Because before we weren't doing those, we weren't checking them out, because I didn't even do them. I didn't even go into the dark zone at all. So you got the relic with perfect determined. Terrible attributes. I wouldn't pick this up at all. Again, unless it's something that you need and you could work on it and you want to do that, that's fine. But I wouldn't bother. Same with the SRS, I wouldn't bother picking that up either. LMG with magazine size, it's not bad. But terrible rolls on that. Same with this mask, the javelin for Gilligard. Skills, summit, 2 reds on it. You got a 10.1 skill haste. Radius 5.8, stinger charges, more radius, and a duration. Again, man, like if you need them, pick them up. Nice to see you, but I wouldn't. I'm not gonna bother picking anything up out of here. I don't see anything that I would even bother with in this vendor. Yeah, see anything there either. Whoop, go to the theater. All right. Here's settlement here. See if he's got anything. He's got tsunami shotgun with perfect pummel. Again, if you need it, buy it. If you don't want to grind, but I tell you what, you go into countdown, put it on shotguns, you'll pick up a dozen of these things. I just got done playing countdown twice right before I did this, and I think I got 2 of them. A custom M870. Nothing here that I see that I would want either so far. Rifle damage, crit damage, magazine size, those are terrible attributes on that. Those are terrible rolls. You got a Habsburg guard with headshot. Again, terrible rolls.
Hello.
Another Habsburg. Terrible rolls. A blind deaf 8.6, 4.8 skill haste. You got your shield health for 4.1. And you got your skill haste for your micro conduits. Health for your decoy. Yeah, again, I don't really see much here that I would even bother with either.
In proximity.
Getting held up in flight. The flight got delayed. There you go.
control point detected.
How you doing, bud? Alright, so you got Quiet Roar, Perfect Overwhelm, Terrible Rolls again, your Marksman Rifle, Terrible Rolls, Talent, Basket for an LMG. I mean, not bad attributes, but just not really good rolls, like, as far as being full. You got your Haunted U Mask status, terrible rolls on that as well. Got a Brazos. Terrible rolls on that as well. Your skill haste at 10-1, which isn't bad, so if you need that, you could grab one of those, especially if you're trying to build a skill build. Heal, health, zone size, and duration for the charge. And I don't really hear I see either. Dark Zone South Bender real quick.
Access granted.
Alright, so DZ South. You got Point Man, Total Armor, Hazard Protection and Weapon Handling. It's perfect Vanguard. So if you needed it for a build, you wanted that perfect Vanguard, I mean it's here, but terrible rolls on that as well. Hazard Protection, unless you wanted that on there, and you could just roll weapon handling off for, you know, armor regen or something else, but that doesn't make sense to have that on there. UMP, SMG, crit chance, magazine size, fast hands. Here's another FAMAS. I mean, the rolls are nice, the attributes are nice, but the talent sucks. So if this is something that you can't find and you really want, you could get it here. Roll the talent off and then just optimize these. You could do that. I mean, because this is a great gun. I'm actually using this on my build now. So, I mean, it's a fantastic gun. You can't go wrong with it. You got your 50 cal Desert Eagle here. Almost max out pistol damage. You got crit damage with fast hands. I wouldn't waste anything on that. Got your Cavalier, armor, skill haste, and safe charging. Your Patriot, armor and skill haste. Wouldn't waste my time on that either. Got Overlord's armament. You got max weapon damage. Again, if you need max weapon damage, the backpacks, grab this, go and put it in your library, get it maxed out. Creeping Death for a talent. That's a complete waste. I wouldn't bother with that one either. I mean, those bottom attributes aren't even half, you know, so that's a complete waste. Another Hasbro Guard with spotter, armor, explosive resistance. Yeah. So I wouldn't waste my time on that. There's a critical hit damage mod for 10. That's not bad if you need them, right? If you need a couple of them, like, depending on how many characters you have too, like if you have 3 or 4 characters, which most people do, the share load of weight stash, you could grab a couple of those. I know I did when I first started this, because you know, you barely ever got any good mods, but sometimes, you know, the vendors have some. Got your duration on your drone, your mortar, you got duration on the sticky launcher. So that is the DZ South. West. All right, DZ West. So you got backup boomstick, which again, if you go to countdown, put shotguns on, you'll get a dozen of these. Like if I'm trying to look for the rock and roll shotgun right now, and I probably walk out of there with at least 1 or 2 of these every round. But if you need it, it doesn't have that bad of rolls. I mean, the talent, I wouldn't want the talent, but it's got critical hit damage, so I wouldn't buy it because you'd be stuck with one or the other. You don't want that. You want damage to armor, or damage to target out of cover, or even health damage on something like this. So you'd be stuck with that talent if you rerolled one of those, or if you rerolled the talent, be stuck with that. So I wouldn't do it. But it's also got maxed out shotgun damage. So need that for your library. Grab it. I don't see much here. I mean, nice rolls other than the headshot damage. I get rid of that, and it's got strained, which you'd probably want close and personal on a shotgun.
Agent in need of backup.
You got your M1A, which I love this gun. This is great. This and the Baker's Dozen, if you can find one. These are really good rifles. Critical hit damage, I take that off. And the steady-handed, yeah, that's a no-go for me with that one too. Got a Foundry Bulwark with armor and hazard protection. That's not too bad. I mean, you'd have to optimize armor and then re-roll hazard protection off there. Unless that's something you're looking for, then you got it. Got another Eclipse Protocol. Your skill tier, and you got your headshot damage, which you can roll that off. But skill damage, whatever you need on there, status effect. You got your Grupo Sombra. This has got 15% max out weapon damage. If you needed that, grab it, put it in your library. And again, weapon handling and repair skills, I wouldn't waste my time on that because the attributes are terrible. Got a Seska with weapons, status effect, and skill haste. I wouldn't waste my time on that one either. Protection from elites. I actually do need a couple of these because the build that I'm building right now, or that I want to build in the future, a lot of these have this. Where the attributes is protection from elites. So, yeah, I actually might buy a couple of these. Oh, 73, I don't have enough. I don't go in the dark zone that much, but there it is, protection from elites. Got your own cluster mine, active regen 4.2. You got your damage, your duration for your decoy. Those decoys, man, I tell you what, don't sleep on those decoys. Those things are dope. Like, I never really used them that much, but some of the builds that I've been building, like, they put you out there when your armor goes down and you throw that thing out. Those guys seriously really, even when you go into Dark Zone on rogues, like, I've been attacked by rogues and run around the building, drop that thing and take off running, and at least, if you're getting attacked by 3 of them, at least 2 out of 3 will stop and shoot that thing and give you that split-second time that you need to go take some cover, heal up, get back into the fight. Alright, let's go check out DZ East. Long flight there, look at that.
Detected. Nearby location. Guarded by hostiles.
Oh, okay. Sounds good. Where are we going? Going the wrong way? Alright, DZ East Fender.
Always happy to see you, Agent.
You got the named Carnage with Perfect Sadist. That's not a really, those attributes aren't that bad. I would take critical hit chance off and roll it for something else. If you needed this, right? If this is something that you needed, if you were using it for something, this isn't that bad. I don't need it, so I'm gonna pass. It's a pass for me. This SRS. Pass on that. Pass on
Rogue airburst seeker mine detected.
another LMG.
Hostile airburst seeker mine detected.
Addictive.
Rogue defender drone detected.
Another hot shot.
Hostile defender drone.
Weapon damage and
detected.
explosive resistance. Umber initiative. Weapon damage and headshot damage. Get your Badger tough. Armor, health, and armor regen. Skill damage and health. Vincent. Richter Kaiser. 1 skill tier. Skill duration 8.5. Toxicity. Duration half. 14.5 health for your pulse trap duration.
Hostiles guarding
So
location
far, I haven't
nearby.
seen anything that like I would buy. A couple things that weren't that bad, but like that's all stuff that you could get from grinding. You know, you get in the countdown, play a couple rounds, 15 minutes, bang out some missions. Make sure you pick your select gear loadout, what gear that you want to loot for, and you'll get it, man. Like I've gotten some crazy stuff. You'll even get stuff that you're not looking for in there that will be maxed out. Like the last one I played, I got a totally god rolled G36. So
Thanks for trading with me.
speaking of G36, there you go right here. This is the New York vendor. Got max headshot, so if you needed that, grab it. The Future Perfect. Another LMG. These aren't bad rolls on this either. Got damage to target out of cover, health damage, and LMG. You'd have to optimize it though, but if this is something that you're looking for, this is better than some of the ones that have already been in the other vendors. Killer for the talent, I would roll that off unless you have an all red build where your crit damage and crit hit chance are up there, then you could leave that. You got your SIG rifle. Rifle damage, crit hit damage, reload speed. I wouldn't waste my time on that. Got your pistol damage with optimal range and in sync. That's a no for me too. Op Summit, crit hit damage, skill haste, and protected reload. Again, yeah, that's not something that I would waste my money on. Xenogetica, total armor, repair skills, and health. That health is almost maxed out, but it's not. Again, I wouldn't waste my time on it. Badger Tough, armor, status effect, and health. Terrible rolls on that as well. Headshot damage 7.4. You got incoming repairs, 4.2 damage on your drone, chem launcher duration, decoy duration at 6%. So the only really thing I saw out of there was that LMG. Like if I wanted it, if I needed it, that'd be the only thing I'd have bought. Okay, first things first, we got to pet the dog. For sure. Check on him. He's got water. He's got food. They're doing a great job. Usually sometimes you come out here and that dog has no food, no water, no nothing. It's terrible. Yeah, good boy. Alright. What do you got for me?
How can I help you, Agent?
Another G36 with assault, health, and critical hit chance with Thunder Strike. Pretty terrible. I would waste my time on that. Marksman rifles, SOCOM. Yeah, those are all pretty terrible. Terrible rolls, terrible talent. Another rifle. Rifle damage, crit hit damage, optimal range, and terrible talent. Wouldn't waste my time on that. I get another Prophet with Perfect Determined. Again, put pistols on and countdown and just go for it. You'll get it. You'll get that. And the other one has the Mozambique one where you got Perfect Bread Basket. You'll get those every time. Every time. Brazos again here. Well, there's a max crit chance, so if you needed that, buy it for that. Other than that, you got less than half of armor, explosive resistance. Yeah, I would waste my time. The only reason why I'd buy that again is if you need a critical hit chance for your library. That'd be it. Asper Guard, armor, weapon handling, and skill haste. I would waste my time on that. You got a Gillar Guard mask, armor regen, and explosive resistance. Now this isn't bad. I'd roll explosive resistance off and put something else on there. But that's not bad if you needed it. So like if I needed that, I would purchase that because that wouldn't be that bad. For your mods, you got an 8.5 disorient resistance, skill duration 8.2, shield health 4.2. You got your pulse health 9. And another health for your decoy. I think that's it, guys. Yeah, they're really not much, man. These vendor resets have really been kind of crappy lately. I haven't really seen too much of anything. We'll check out the vendors real quick at the White House with like the countdown and the other ones like that. I should have did those first. Wasn't thinking. It's my fault.
Safe area entered.
Okay.
Hey,
This is the same one. So you gotta get another profit. Tons of those. I think this is the same ones that we did at the, yeah, this is the same ones we did earlier, okay. For your countdown vendor. Emmeline's Guard. Again, when I was looking for the vector for this build that I'm working on, I was looking for, a vector with perfectly measured or measured on it for a talent. I must have picked up Emily's Guard. I'd walk out of there with probably 4 or 5 of them. I'm not even kidding you. Every single time. So, I mean, again, you could buy this if you needed the crit hit chance. But other than that, that'd be the only reason why I'd get it. The crit hit chance. You got the Sacrifice, which is the named Providence Defense chest piece. Got Perfect Glass Cannon. This wouldn't be bad if the rolls were different. If you didn't have weapon handling or skill damage on there, like if one of those were like, if you had an option to only have to roll something once, that'd be great. But because you're going to be stuck with one or the other, I wouldn't get that. Night Watcher. Again, this is something that you could get all 3 of these again. Put mask on. I'll walk out of there with 2 or 3 of those every time. It's a waste to buy it. Don't waste your money, especially when you can use them for named cash items, optimization, or an exotic. You know what I mean? Like a lot of these named pieces, I've picked up dozens of these in Countdown. Like I think I just picked one up a couple games ago, right before I did this. So yeah. All right, guys. That's it. That's gonna do it. All right. Maybe next week we'll have better rolls for better shit. And tomorrow is Wednesday, so hopefully we might find the snitch. And if I do, I'll upload a video of what Cassie Mendoza has. Other than that, all right, guys. Later.